Well, good morning. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Got another setup just like the past couple of days. We got to 95 yesterday, and we're probably going to get close again this afternoon. I see some changes upstream that'll try to get here over the next few days. And at the very least, that should slow down some of this heat, maybe bring us back to more seasonable levels. Upper 80s are normal at this point in September. Morning temperature should be in the middle and upper 60s. Hopefully we can start to find some of those too, but we are still running on the warmer side of every which way. It's 70 right now at the Tallahassee Airport, 71 in Valdosta. In Thomasville, we're at 68 degrees. Those dew point numbers, upper 60s, low 70s. So we've got that icky sticky factor going on. Maybe not as high as it was yesterday, but I think throughout the day today, we're going to push in more of the humid air. Lots of numbers right around 70. Mariana and Bainbridge, Camilla and Moultrie, Quincy and Tallahassee, Monticello, all at 70 degrees. The warm spots, Alligator Point at 77. Liberty County and Thomasville with that 68 this morning for the cool spots. Not breezy, so we're going to be looking for some fog. Already in Perry, visibility's down to 1 mile. That's the only spot showing a kind of big reduction in visibility, but I think we're going to find more patchy fog in more locations. The overall pattern still pretty much the same. Not a whole lot of really organized anything going on out there. We'll notice some clouds from time to time. High pressure anchored off the Atlantic coast still there, but as it moves out of the way a little bit more, this boundary's making better progress. Some more energy will develop along that boundary to help push it at least into the southeast. Now, I still want to see how far across our area it's able to get and how long it takes for that to happen, because that will impact our forecast maybe by the weekend. For tomorrow, it's going to be about that boundary getting closer and putting the squeeze on the air, and it still feels like our best chance to get some of that much needed rain is coming on Friday. Here's Futurecast. Not a whole lot going on today. I think that sea breeze will try, and in a few lucky spots we can get a couple of showers. As we get into the day tomorrow, a little better chance for a little scattering of showers. Still not the main course here, but a little better opportunity than we've been having. And then as we get into the day Friday, here's where we have the best chance. Notice it's not one big blob of green moving across the area for a big soaking and then done. These are going to be a bunch of scattered showers and some thunderstorms, but I think we can have a couple of heavier downpours mixed in there. And if all goes according to the plan, maybe by late Friday night, that boundary's through the area and we start to improve over the weekend. If that boundary gets stuck, well, then we stay more unsettled for the weekend. And we'll have to watch and see how that all happens. I'll have updates for you over the next couple of days. Let's talk tropics. Hurricane Gabrielle, a little bit more out into the North Atlantic. Winds at 115 miles per hour, so not nearly as strong as it was yesterday. Moving real fast, and it should make its way over towards the Azores, maybe still as a hurricane on Friday, and then it may hold together and find parts of Europe. So going to be a real interesting system to watch. Definitely doesn't look anywhere near as impressive now as it did maybe even 12 hours ago. So that'll continue to weaken. Those other two areas to our south, that's something that we'll continue to keep our eyes on, both with some decent chances for development. I'm actually a little surprised we're not seeing a little bit more with that one that's a little farther out into the Atlantic. It still has a 90% chance for development over the next couple of days. And the one that's closer to some of the Windward and Leeward Islands and even some of the Caribbean islands, that's up to a 80% chance over the next 7 days for development. So we've got some things that have some potential, nothing to be concerned with at this point. We will certainly watch and see what or if anything develops with them, and we'll have updates for you there too. On the Gulf today, those winds turning from southeast to southwest, but generally light, less than 12 knots and seas less than 2 feet. I think it's all about the muggy this morning, a few 60s, a bunch of 70s, and some patchy fog. Let's put the rain chances for today around 30%. I still think the mid-90s are in play. We got to 95 yesterday. Let's shoot for 70 overnight tonight. Would love to see more upper 60s. Depends on the cloud cover. I think there's going to be some more patchy fog around. And the next 7, going to get a little interesting, I think, on Friday with our best rain chances up to about a 70% shot. That doesn't mean it's going to rain everywhere all day, but I do think a good chance, no matter where you are, to get some scattered showers Friday afternoon, Friday evening. As we get to Saturday and Sunday, I want to go more optimistic here, but I need to see what that boundary is going to do before I can do it. I do expect to keep the temperatures a little bit more seasonable this weekend and beyond. We'll see what we do with those rain chances as we watch and track that boundary.